We had a situation above the triangle where we were launching rockets, of course, one of numerous occasions, and a prominent UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, ends up appearing, and then what happens within minutes following? The Black Hawk helicopter comes right over the mesa, descends over the property, and just hovers right over the south field. I'm not sure exactly what it is, other than there is obviously an anomaly. There is something in that area, in that region, and in that airspace that causes GPS to malfunction.
I mean, when you say GPS malfunctions, you're talking the GPS is telling you you are in one location, but you're actually in a it's not even
Correct.
close.
Or it just completely malfunctions and does not operate. Think about it. We've had instrumented balloon, helicopter, airplane, and advanced rocketry experiments with sensors, along with drones, sophisticated drones, that have all malfunctioned above the triangle in that region of the property. Lunasonde, who is a defense contractor, has a very sophisticated platform in looking at that area, even saw anomalies in that region of the triangle and the mesa. There have been instances where time has been manipulated, where we've seen, the time itself, there's been a shift
What do you mean by
a
that?
quarter a second, where the data ends up being altered or manipulated to a degree that is not easily explainable. I mean, it is baffling to all of the experts. Everyone who comes out to the property and sees what unfolds ends up scratching their heads. And to have the best LiDAR, photogrammetry, and other experts that continuously see these strange things occur somewhat simultaneous with UFO or UAP activity as well. I mean, we had a situation above the triangle where we were launching rockets, of course, one of numerous occasions, and a prominent UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, ends up appearing, and then what happens within minutes following? The Black Hawk helicopter comes right over the mesa, descends over the property, and just hovers right over the south field. This isn't above the men. This is right there, low hover above the field south of Homestead 1 and the command center. This is late night, unmarked, not transponding, and as the men would describe it, I mean, it was a menacing presence on that property immediately following a UFO sighting. For whatever reason, that region of the property, that region of the triangle, which is not far away from where I saw the UFO, the 40 to 50 foot long gray silverish disc appear and maneuver in extraordinary ways, seems to be a hot spot, seems to be a center of gravity for activity within an expanse of property that is hosting a diversity of incidents and activities. So that's what I think drives a lot of our investigation and a lot of the experimental activity. It's the data that we continue to gather from the triangle, from the homesteads, from the mesa, that is driving us forward.
How would you? So there's been a number of events that have happened through your guys' experiments within the triangle, and it sounds like the triangle Well, it's an actual triangle on the ground, and then it seems to be some type of an invisible force field, maybe I would call it.
No, that region of the property, I mean, you see kind of this triangular formation, or really the triangular roadway system that kind of comes together at that point. But it does seem to be a focal point there along the Mesa Plateau, and it is a central point as you look at the ranch relative to the, where the command center and Homestead 1 is in relation to the homesteads out on the far west side of the property. The anomaly that we've seen, the people call it the blob, but this thing that they've caught on camera, and it's not just from one point of view, it's been from multiple camera points of view and different types of recording devices, different types of cameras that have recorded this thing, this anomaly, as Dr. Taylor would call it, appears to disrupt the experimental activities that occur. It deflects. We've seen rockets deflected. I mean, in that area, we launched balloons. You probably remember early in the docuseries effort, we had a professor from the University of Alabama at Huntsville that came out, who is an expert instrumented balloon experimentalist and operator. And we never recovered the primary balloon. The primary balloon they set up right above the triangle. It literally disappeared. And it disappeared right at the moment that it started registering elevated activity. When the meters started going off, all of a sudden, it disappeared, and it has never been recovered. And we've searched. I mean, we've conducted exhaustive searches of the area, looked at all of the surrounding property, via the helicopter, even on the ground, and have never found a trace of where that balloon could have ended up. And
wow, I didn't realize that you guys never found it.
No,
it seems to be that
it just disappeared
from 31 feet to 300 feet seems to be the
but it's transient.
Okay.
It's not constant. I mean, it comes and goes. There's something very unpredictable in some respects, but the fact that we've had even lasers bend, you probably remember when they were conducting the experiments and actually had a laser pointed up, and the laser was documented as bending, as essentially being deflected off a space. To this day, those who have looked at that footage, looked at that data, remain just baffled by what they've recorded. Even the UFO sightings that have occurred above the triangle in tandem with some of these experimental activities not only continue, but they've been prominent. I think it's not lost on anyone that the object that was seen coming out of the base of the mesa, that large orb or whatever, unidentified aerial phenomena that exited the mesa, was not far from that region. I mean, it all is essentially interconnected.
Yeah.
It's an interesting center of gravity for a lot of the phenomena, and that's why we continue to launch rockets and experiments, even focus the helicopter and other craft in that area with the instrumentation, and we'll see what we are able to ultimately uncover. I think taking all of that data cumulatively and having that essentially paint a picture or pull together this grand tapestry that we can then step back from and look at, the patterns. One of the things we brought Omnitech on for is their artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities. I mean, they have AI and ML patterns, or AI and ML platforms that will be able to better identify potential patterns that are occurring. That'll help us, I think, weed out, separate the signal from the noise, separate that which may be a foreign adversary or even some naturally caused phenomena from something that is truly unusual.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.